Alright, what is going on, guys? It is Benny, and today I have a little bit of a surprise for you guys. If you are absolute chads, you will notice that I am running Mortarbait using Musketeer, and honestly guys, I am doing this to celebrate the new Musketeer evolution. I figured that, you know what, we have to play that deck because that's where it all started. You know, it all started playing Classic Mortar. It's my favorite deck to play, and I think that this deck is going to be crazy next season. We are going to take a bit of damage here. Unfortunately, that first play that he was able to catch us with was pretty good. We didn't have a great counter to the Goblin drill or to anything else, and then, you know, our mortar was just pretty useless overall, so that's too bad, but that's okay. We will get the knight to take down the bomber, and we will get a knight hit, so the knight will slap his princess tower to let her know that we're on our way, and then we can kind of figure things out from there. Now, honestly guys, 100% would recommend playing this deck. It is so much fun to play. You are going to feel like an absolute chad when you play this. I'm going to go ahead and mortar into the opposite lane. I want him to play. What is going on? Okay, hold up. This guy's deck is expensive. What I was going for was I really wanted him to play his bowler on our mortar there on that left side, and then he ended up playing the frickin' Goblinstein instead, so that's kind of crazy. This deck is a little bit interesting. I'm curious to see what his spells are going to be though. There's going to be a tornado, I know that for sure, so we're going to get some nice damage here. He's going to tornado that skeleton barrel, I'm guessing. Yeah, there it is, and then let's go ahead and play the Goblin gang, see if we can bait out that bowler. His deck is pretty expensive. If he played the bowler, then we probably could have gone for the evil mortar opposite lane, but because we didn't get him to play the bowler, he played the bomber instead. I feel like it's just not going to be worth it. Okay, he's gonna play the Goblin drill. That actually works out really nicely for me because I can go ahead and play the knight here, and then I can go for an evil mortar in this lane if I'd like to. So let's go ahead, let's just wait a second, and then let's go ahead and evil mortar now, and then we have the Musketeer to help out with the bowler when it comes out. Instead, he's going to play the Goblinstein, so let's go ahead and just fireball right there, and then I'm actually going to log as well, and the reason why I'm doing that is just to get rid of his ability to play that lightning ability, and then we can go ahead and play the Musketeer here. Let's get the evil knight down. Unfortunately, we didn't catch it in time on the bowler, but that's okay because I want to get another mortar down with the evil knight going in. He'll probably play his knight if I'm, or not knight, sorry, I was expecting the ice wizard to maybe come out. He's gonna go for the evil bomber. That was really well played. That is that's gonna do some damage there, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and just wait a second, and then I'm going to log. The delayed log helps us get a bit of a better elixir trade there, and you know, overall he definitely is making a bit of a comeback here. Let's go ahead and let's just fireball all of this, and then I'm gonna pull all of it using our mortar. And then why don't we go ahead and just play the knight right here up high, and then I can even go ahead and play the Musketeer on the opposite side because the bowler should lock onto the knight and the Musketeer should help out the bowler. That was a bad tornado on his part, I think. Bowler should reset as it did there, and then we can go ahead and we can just go ahead and play the Goblin gang opposite lane, and then we can go ahead and play the evil mortar onto this lane. We have all those skeletons there that will get on the tower as well. We can go ahead and play some spear goblins. Let's go ahead and log on the Frankenstein just to get him a little bit lower, or Goblinstein, sorry, pardon my French there, I guess. And then I'm gonna have to play the knight behind the bowler because he's probably gonna go for that tornado play where he tries to get it on the tower. So we do luck out pretty well there. Let's go ahead and let's fireball on the ice wizard. I don't think he'll expect us to do that. So we do get some nice damage. Let's go ahead and let's play some spear goblins. That's too bad that he played the bomber, actually. Unfortunately, that will kind of stop us a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and Goblin gang right here. Let's be ready for him to tornado the Goblin gang off of the drill, and so we have the evil knight there just to be safe. We can go ahead and play some spear goblins here as well. Let's watch out for the evil bomber. There it is. So let's go ahead and fireball that. Get out of there, you freaking loser. And then because he used the tornado, we can go ahead and skeleton barrel. I don't think the ice wizard can stop it in time. I'm gonna go ahead and log here because that plus the death damage should give us enough for fireball to win. So let's go ahead and play some spear goblins here, and then let's give him a good game, and let's give him a good luck, and let's go on into the next match. Pretty good matchup for our first. Alright guys, next matchup, let's go ahead and play the skeleton barrel here as well as the spear goblins and get that going. He's gonna play, whoa, that is pretty crazy. He's gonna go for the graveyard and the knight there and just not defend at all. That is a crazy first play. The kahunas on this guy are massive. Okay, we're gonna defend all of that really well, and we're gonna get some really good damage. Honestly, it's like that was honestly the battle of like two absolute sped players. We both tried to starting hand each other, and I got really lucky and came out on top there. Honestly, I feel like both of us deserved to lose our tower there because we both did something pretty, you know, pretty scumbaggy. So I'm not really mad about that, and I also don't feel super guilty about that. So let's go ahead and just play the skeleton barrel here. That was bad timing on the skeleton barrel on us, on my part. We did end up taking a little bit of ice wizard damage, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and split my spear goblins here. I just want to get that going. Now we are definitely up against Splashyard. Splashyard is a bit of a difficult matchup, I would say, just because, you know, when it comes down to it, he's going to chip us down quite a bit, and it's harder for us to get the chip damage, you know, and as you can see there, he plays those poisons, and each time he does that, he's going to get some good value. But if I keep fireballing his tombstone, I feel like I can pretty confidently chip down his tower on that right side, especially with the skeleton barrel and all of that. And then, you know, as we start to do that, then we can kind of get more happening and hopefully get the win here. I'm going to go ahead and play the skeleton barrel just to cycle, and then some spear goblins to defend the knight, and then he is going to tombstone to defend that, but that's not a big deal. Because he used the knight, I think we can actually play the mortar here and hopefully get a lock on pretty easily. We will have the spear goblins there to help take out that ice wizard, and then we should get one shot on the tower, which would come in huge. We actually might even get two, depending on what happens with the mortar. It's tough to say. No, we're not going to get... Oh my goodness, I can't believe we got that. That is pretty crazy. Clash Royale is willing to benefit us today. Now, one thing when you're playing against Splashyard with this deck is he's going to go in there. Ooh, that was a bad night on my part. He's going to go for the tornado and get the baby dragon chip damage. That was a well played by him. I saw that coming for sure. But one thing with Splashyard is, you know, save your log for the graveyard, because it can bail you out in a really tough situation. 100% it is worth to hold on to. We are going to get the evil mortar lock. That is going to be huge, so we are going to get some good damage there, and we have the evil knight in front to help out. Let's go ahead and get some more spear goblins here to kind of keep the pressure up on him, hopefully get some more support there. Ice wizard will go down, so the evil knight is tanking and doesn't have the damage debuff, and we're going to take that tower down 100%. So we're going to go ahead and mortar on the opposite side. The reason why I mortared on the left side is because I didn't want to evil mortar on a tower that already has a ton of damage. He's going to graveyard there. I'm literally just going to log. We did it a little bit early, but that's okay, because then we can just go ahead and play the goblin gang, and overall a really easy win. So let's give him a good game, let's give him a good luck, and let's go right on into the next match. Alright, you guys, next matchup. Now, I really quickly wanted to say, first of all, a couple of you guys noticed that I was away. I really appreciate that. I was actually on vacation. I was just traveling a little bit, you know, checking out the world. So we're going to have to make up the trophies that we were unable to push while we were on vacation. So on Friday, guys, I'm going to be posting the deck that I am using to push trophies. So if you guys are looking for an end of season deck to push with, make sure you're staying tuned for the video on Friday that's going to be coming out. But also, I want to thank you guys for freaking noticing that. That is absolutely bomb of you guys to notice that. I really appreciate that. You know, it's very nice when, even if I take a little bit of a break, like a 1 week break, which is nothing crazy by any means or anything. So, you know, that's pretty impressive that you guys are going to notice that, but I really appreciate that. Now this guy is going to play the Lavahound there. That is pretty crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and mortar into the same lane, and then we have everything going into the opposite lane. I'm going to play some spear goblins here. He's going to have to counter that knight, as he does with the bats, and then the spear goblins should do a decent job of helping out with everything. I'm going to play the goblin gang up high to help out with those archers, just so that I don't have to deal with them necessarily. Okay, we can go ahead and just log all of this, and then realistically we can actually just play the knight here to tank the lava pups, and that will be a pretty easy defense. And then I don't think he'll have to counter that knight, but you know, we can just leave it at that. Now the only thing is, okay, I was about to say, we're going to have to use the mortar here defensively. Unfortunately, we aren't going to be able to use an evil mortar offensively, because we do have to pull that balloon, but that's okay. We don't really need the evil mortar to get damage. I feel like realistically we can defend a lot of his pushes, and you know, we want to prioritize defending first. I could have maybe gone for a fireball, but we probably would have taken one balloon hit, because I am not the Clash Royale legend that is able to time it perfectly. So, you know, we have to deal with that. Let's go ahead and play the skeleton barrel again. I want him to use his arrows. That would be ideal, because then we can musketeer and goblin gang to tank the void, which would be good. Okay, actually, I'm going to play a high goblin gang here. If he goes for the evil archers, I can evil knight. And then let's go ahead. Whoa, that is absolutely crazy that he just did that. Okay, I played the evil knight there just because I was worried that I misplayed my musketeer, but obviously we didn't, so we will be okay. That's going to be a very easy defense, and then he will play the tombstone. Let's go ahead and play the mortar with the musketeer there. We just want to play that in the same lane, because that's pretty, you know, efficient. And then he did use his arrows, so we're going to get some goblin gang damage on the tower there, 100%. That is going to be some really good damage there, but we are going to have to be careful, because I know for a fact he's going to go for that balloon push here. So let's go ahead, let's get some goblin, or some spear goblins here, and then let's go ahead, let's use the log to cycle, and then let's go ahead and get a goblin gang down here. Let's wait a second for the arrows. Okay, he's not going to use his arrows. There it is. But we are going to fireball all of that, so we will be okay there. We did take a bit of damage, but I'm not super worried about that. We can go ahead and just skeleton barrel here. And then he is going to play the evil bats, so let's go ahead and get a musketeer down to help out with the goblin gang and everything else. I'm actually going to log here to get that cycle going. And then let's go ahead and let's just play the Goblin Gang to be safe. We're going to wait a second, and I'm going to pull that balloon with a high mortar because we might be able to get a mortar shot out of that. Oh, that is crazy. Wait, that didn't pull? Oh my goodness. Wait, what? No. Oh my goodness. Okay, we ended up getting the win here. We can just go ahead and fireball, but holy crap. I can't believe that didn't pull. That was almost the choke of the century. Holy crap. All right, well, let's go on into the next one. That is crazy. All right, you guys, last matchup. Let's go ahead and just play the mortar here on the right side. We might as well do that to get something happening. You know, I feel like mortar first play is just the Benny signature. He's going to mess up that cannon, but I'm too blind to notice. I'm going to blame it on being on vacation that I didn't notice that. We're gonna pretend like I am good enough at Clash Royale to notice that that cannon was not in range. We're not going to get any damage on the tower, unfortunately, just because the E-Dragon is annoying, but that's okay. We'll play the Knight there to pull the E-Drag. That would have been crazy if we messed up that pull. That would have been like twice that we did something stupid. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Goblin Gang behind the Knight here. It's a really risky play, as you can see by the log there, but you know, we did bait out the log so we can Skeleton Barrel opposite lane, and then if he wants to pop that Frankenstein or Goblinstein ability, I mean, you know, it's going to be a decent amount of elixir, so we can go ahead and just get rid of that. And then if he pops it, that would be a huge mistake. Let's see if he does. Okay, he's not going to pop it, so let's go ahead and play the Mortar here with the Musketeer. That's a pretty good push. You know, if you guys watch my Mortar tutorials, which I think I need to cook up another one. I've been a little bit busy, so, you know, I haven't, but I think I need to cook up another one of those, especially with the Evil Musketeer. But you want to try to get that Mortar down with your Musketeer every single time you can. You know, that's just the best way to do it. Let's go ahead and play the Goblin Barrel along with some Spear Goblins into the opposite lane there to really pressure this guy. Let's see what he can play. He's going to go ahead and play the Goblinstein there, and then honestly, I'm going to play a Goblin Gang here because if he logs it, it's going to be a little bit too late to make a noticeable difference. Then we can go ahead and just log the Goblinstein there. He might pop the ability there, but if he does, the damage is not going to be worth it. So I think we're pretty safe on that regard. And then we can just wait. We kind of want to slow it down. I feel like I've been a little bit aggressive, so we want to be careful. That is crazy. Okay, hold up. We're going to have to fireball, and we're going to have to not mess that up. Oh my goodness, this is scary. Okay, let's go ahead and fireball right here. Please don't mess that up. Okay, that worked out really well, but honestly, we are getting slammed because of that. That was really well played. He did that. That was very smart. I have no words to say other than that was incredibly smart. Let's go ahead and play the Evo Knight here. Pretty decent tornado, but I'm just going to log to reset everything and get rid of that lightning ability. And then let's go ahead and play the Mortar here on this lane, and then we'll wait and see what he plays in response. Probably the cannon. There's the cannon. We need to really lock in here and make a comeback. So, you know, we gotta make this happen. We're gonna take out that cannon, which is good. He is going to play the single elixir skeletons, but that's okay. We can go ahead and play the Musketeer here. And then because he logged, I wonder if I should go for something a little bit risky. Okay, there's the Goblinstein, so I'm gonna go in on this side now because he played 5 elixir in the back. Okay, all of that's going in. Let's go ahead and get some Spear Goblins down. We do have the Musketeer to help out. He had to use his log there, which is good. We can go ahead and just play the Musketeer again, and then let's wait and see what he does. He's going to go ahead and tornado. I'm going to log all of this to stop that from getting on the tower. Pretty early ability on his part. Let's go ahead and play the Goblin Gang here, and then I'm going to Evo Mortar. And then, okay, let's go ahead and get the Knight in front in case he goes for a cannon. He is going to Ram Rider. That's not a very good counter to our Mortar. Let's go ahead and log here to stop the Ram Rider from getting a second hit. He did go for the Evo E-Drag, so that's going to defend pretty well, but I don't really think we have to do much outside of that. Let's go ahead and let's ignore that Evo E-Drag. I'm going to pull those Evo Skellies into the middle there, and then he is going to go ahead and hit me with the Tornado. Let's go ahead and play the Goblin Gang here. I'm going to split my Spear Goblins a little bit further there just to kind of be careful, and then we are going to defend all of that. That was actually really scary. I was really worried that we were going to get slammed there. I think I'm going to start the Musketeer in the back on this side. I feel like that's a very safe play. And then I'm going to go ahead and just play the High Mortar here. And then let's go ahead and play the Goblin Gang right here because that'll go into the opposite lane and also help deal with the Ram Rider. There's the log there, so let's go ahead and play some Spear Goblins here. And then I'm also going to go ahead and play the Skeleton Barrel there to get that going. He used the Tornado, so he's going to have to use the cannon as well. And then if he goes to try to back up that left side, he's going to be in trouble. So let's go ahead and do this. Oh, that was a bad Tornado. Let's go ahead and get the Evo Knight in front here. I'm going to ignore that. Let's go ahead and get the Skeleton barrel down. The evil skeletons are going to get shredded. Let's go ahead and get a goblin gang here to see if we can force him to log a little bit early. And then let's go ahead and get another mortar down. We do have the mortar lock, so let's go ahead and play some spear goblins here. We do have the lock with the second mortar there. Let's go ahead and just keep pressuring this guy. He's going to have to log, so that's good. I'm going to prediction log just here in the middle. We're not really predicting anything, but you know, we might as well go for that. And that is going to be towered down, so let's give him a good game. Let's give him a good luck. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. We came out with a win there and made a nice comeback, and I cannot wait to see you guys on Friday as I trophy push into the top 1000.